Hi guys, I am back with another video. Now, I've tried filming this about 50 times and every time it's been blurry, so I hope I have fixed that now because my two are in bed and I don't think they're going to last much longer. So I'm just going to put my notes here, put these here, so I don't forget anything. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about how I got to where I am today and my background a bit more than my video that I did, my very first video. So if you've been following me, I did a get to know me video and it was a very short video, not really in detail. It was a pretty shit video really. So I wanted to do a bit more in-depth video about how Scentsy has changed my life and my family and all that sort of stuff. So I want to start back in 2009. I moved 5 hours away and I went to boarding school. Mum moved with me because I didn't start boarding school in 2009, but I went to that school to go boarding, if that makes sense. So we moved down there in 2009. Halfway through the year, I went to the most academic school I know, and I am not an academic person. I'm not smart in any way and academically, in the academic area. Don't know maths, don't know spelling, don't know science. I dropped out of science. There's a fun fact for you. Biology, to be specific. So we moved down there and I was a bit of an outcast. One, because of that, and two, because I started halfway through the year and everyone had already sort of found their groups, or they had actually been to school together prior to going to this school. So they already knew each other. Anyway, so I moved there 2009. Then 2011, I was in year 9 and I started boarding. Mum stayed for another year, half a year, and then moved back. During that year, we had quite a lot going on with the earthquakes and everything. So if you're from New Zealand, you know where I'm talking about. So I went to boarding school. I absolutely loved the school. I absolutely loved boarding. I hated school in general. I hated sitting down in class. I hated teachers telling me what to do. And it's not at the time, I hated being told what to do. I think everyone does. But I hated teachers saying and just telling, not showing. I learnt by being shown. I went Outward Bound. So this is a full-off story that I wasn't planning on saying. I went to Outward Bound, where, if you don't know what that is, it is an outdoor course, I suppose you can say. We went for, what did we go for? 8 days or something. And you do a whole heap of stuff out in the outdoors. You go tramping, you go sailing, you do all that stuff. I learned more in that 8 days than I learned in 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5 years at this school. It wasn't the school, don't get me wrong, I love the school. If you're academically smart, go to the school. But I wasn't. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I left school in 2014. I think it was 2014. I went home, back to where I lived. Mum had moved back, so I went back to where I live. And I sat on the couch for about 2 months, sort of in my own head, not knowing what to do with myself. I didn't know where I wanted to go in life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just didn't know what to do. Anyway, a job came up just down the road from me, so I applied and I got it, which was awesome. It was only a couple of days a week. It turned into a full-time job, which then turned into being not my own boss by any means, but I was running the barista area. So I was a barista and I was running the coffee area and did ordering and did all that sort of stuff. From there, I met my husband. Now, he reckons that I met him prior to this, and he was a customer before I was in the barista, being a barista. He came in every morning at about 6:30, almost on the dot, you could guarantee, And he got his large flat white with 3 sugars, and while I was making it, he would stand there and try and talk to me, and I just, I just blow him off because sorry, not in that way. I bet you're all pissing yourselves laughing at home. I meant to say that I didn't listen. I didn't really interact with him, all that sort of stuff. Now, he knows this. I'm not telling you anything he doesn't know. And I didn't talk to him. I didn't reply to him, really. I just sort of shrugged and, oh, yeah, okay, cool. Because I had no idea what he was talking about half the time. He was talking about bloody diggers and trucks and what he was doing that day. And I'm thinking, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know who you are or what your name is. The next minute I get a message from someone. I was at home one day and I get a message from someone saying, hi, I've met you at the shop, we've talked, and can we hang out, and da-da-da-da. So I messaged him back saying, oh, cool, and I didn't know who it was, didn't know his name, and I just sort of thought I'd be nice and message back. The next minute he's asking me out on a date, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't even know you. I have never been on a date before. I have never had a boyfriend before. So I stopped messaging him. And he continually came in at his 6:30 on the dot. And then at lunchtime sometimes too, to get his lunch. And he continually talked to me and I just felt bad. So I messaged him one day and said, okay, do you want to go out for dinner just as friends? And that was that. Then I moved in with him. We, of course, not straight away. Moved in with him, and then we had our daughter, which wasn't planned, but we had our daughter, and I wouldn't take that back for anything in the world. She is an absolute pain in the ass. She's something else. If you know her, you know what I'm talking about. She is a pain in my ass, but I love her to pieces. In fact, I can hear her now. She's meant to be in bed and she's banging at the door yet again. So then we find out we are pregnant with our son, probably only a year later. And then we get married. Sorry, this is not planned. Then we get married. So we head over to Rarotonga and we get married. And I highly, highly recommend going over there. They do an amazing job at the Edgewater Resort. Go over there and get married. Even just go over there for a holiday. They're awesome. So, of course not right now. You can't go anywhere. So, we got married. We were 3 months pregnant. Came back and Hamish's sister, my husband's sister, started selling Scentsy. I missed a whole chunk of my story. So someone at my store that I worked at sold Scentsy and I have known it from there. Anyway, oh my god, I'm useless. Anyway, so she started selling Scentsy and I already knew the products, or most of the products. They had come out with so much more, but I had already known most of the products. And she came to me and she said, do you want to sign up with Scentsy? And before this, I wasn't ready. I just wasn't in the right frame of mind, I suppose, to be able to sit down and do this sort of stuff. And now she came to me and she said, yeah, do you want to sign up? And we can do this together. And I said, yeah, why not, on a whim. And I tell you what, that was one of the best things I have ever done, other than having my kids and getting married. So now we have, Hamish works full-time, or he did work full-time before the lockdown. He works full-time and he brings in enough money for us to live. But we do live paycheck to pay. Well, we did live paycheck to paycheck and we still do. But Scentsy has given us the freedom to be able to... I went out for ice cream with our daughter the other day. Hamish and I bought dinner for ourselves the other night. We couldn't do that before without sacrificing something else. And now we can live and be able to give our children experiences. We can go to mini golf. We can go to the animal park. We don't have a zoo, so it's an animal park. We can take her swimming. We can take them to the movies. We couldn't do that before without sacrificing something else. And that something else was usually food or we couldn't really sacrifice bills, so it was usually food. Usually always food. And I hate that. I hate sacrificing food. We have to have food on the tables for the kids and my husband. I can't not have food on the tables. So this has just given us the freedom to be able to live comfortably. We are by no means making a lot, but we are living comfortably now. We're not worrying about money. We get a paycheck each month for Scentsy, and I put that aside to do what we need to do with it. If we need to pay the bills, we need to pay the bills. But generally we don't, and we can put it towards the kiddies, and that's what I want. I want this to be a full-time job. I am going to make this my full-time job before the kids go to school. So my daughter's nearly 2 and Archie's only 4 months old. So I've got a wee while, and I am going to do this. We are going to get through this coronavirus, and I'm going to do this. This is more me talking to myself and telling me that I can do it rather than talking to you guys. So I apologize for that. But anyway, so that is that. Now, again, like I said, I'm filming on my camera, so you'll see me turning it on and off. I just had to show you, I had to tell you and let you know that that's how much it has changed me. I am a completely different person. I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't go to the shop and ask the shop assistant where something was. I couldn't do that. And now I can. And that was mainly my kids. And then Scentsy came along, and you have to talk to people. That's the business. You have to talk to people. And now I don't care if anyone gives me crap. I don't care if anyone calls me names. I just... water on a duck's back, so my sponsor says, if you're watching this. So that's that. That's simply it. Scentsy has changed our lives. Alright, I better go. My memory card is filling up, and so I better leave you guys to it. I hope you're all well, staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Alrighty guys, bye.